Hey, this is Melissa again. Hope everybody's doing good. Today is January the 7th, 2026. I just want to start this video and talk about depression a little bit. I don't know if you've ever witnessed or experienced, I should say, not witnessed, experienced depression. It comes in all different shapes and sizes. And I've learned to recognize the signs, I guess. And a lot of times it corresponds with things going on in your life, whether it be a job, family issues, marital, financial, all those different things. And recently, my pastor says that, has always said it, and I believe it's so true, that everything in your life is seasons. You know, seasons change all the time. So when you get the mindset of this is just a season, and eventually it's going to pass. Sometimes you kind of get in those predicaments where things happen and you get really depressed and things like that. Me personally, in my mind, I'm like, all right, God, when is this season going to end? And so I'm going to kind of go back a little bit. This is January. My husband started a job. He quit a job that he was at for 4 years and started a new job in June, the one that he'd worked at before. And it was going really good. He was making really, really ridiculous amount of money every 2 weeks, monthly. It was amazing. But you know, sometimes you think things are too good to be true. Well, we got blindsided because he got laid off. When he came home in October, he was gone for almost 2 months. And he came home for a week, went out a month, come back, and he was gone a week, and he came back and he was done. Nothing come through. And in that time, I started talking. I had already been talking to a counselor because, you know, counselors are good to have. Basically, it's people, someone, you know, that's went to school, of course, and have a degree to basically listen and let you bawl your eyes out, snot everywhere, do all these things. And then sometimes you can tell them dark secrets that you don't want anybody else to know, things that maybe cross your mind and things like that. And they ask you questions. Excuse me, try to yawn. Things that make you really get to thinking, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like nobody loves me? Why, you know, all these things. Anyways, and so I started seeing my counselor again, and I was like, look, this is what's going on, and I feel like we're just going to lose everything. A season. And sometimes those seasons last so long. But at one point, I felt like I was just losing my mind. I'm like, God, I can't take much more. You gotta take control. When in fact, the whole time, he was in control. He's still in control. But I couldn't see it with my carnal mind. Anyways, and you know, the devil, his number one goal is to make you fall from God and to make you stay here so that way when God comes back and takes us home and you've failed and you've listened to the devil and you fall on the wayside and you just don't care about God anymore because he didn't show up when you thought he was supposed to show up. He let you get depressed when it wasn't even his fault. It's all these things. He makes you think that you're not loved, you're not worthy of things and all that. That's what depression is. And I know so many people that go through this. And you know, the sad part of depression is it makes you closed-minded and makes you feel like you're isolated and nobody understands what you're going through. But I'm here to say I've been there so many times. And in the past 2 or 3 months, it's gotten to the point where it was unbearable. And when you get to this point, sometimes it's easier to just not tell anybody. Just bawl and cry and, oh, poor me, and all that good stuff, because I've been there so many times. But it's real. And there's always somebody to talk to. Whether you're able to see a counselor, talk to someone else that's been there, things like that. It's always good just to talk, cry, do whatever you gotta do. If you live in the country, go out in the yard and just scream at the top of your lungs. Trust me, it feels so good to just scream. And when you're done, you feel so much better. Think about little kids when they're babies and they're just crying and crying and crying. After they've screamed and screamed, they just get tired and they fall out and they're all done. Why? Because they've screamed and let all of that anger and frustration in their little bodies out. So when you're out there screaming at the top of your lungs, wow. If you live in town, your neighbors might think you're kind of crazy. But hey, go do it. If somebody calls the cops, you don't have to answer the door. If you do, look, I just was really frustrated. I needed to scream. Or my oldest daughter, when she gets really frustrated, and she suffers from depression too. I've been figuring it out little by little. I'll hear her and they're just screaming in her pillow sometimes. Not to where it's like she's right by me screaming. It's muffled in my ears. And after she has her meltdown, she comes out and she's fine. You know, sometimes us as humans have to be able to get our frustrations out. And if it's screaming or it's tearing up something or whatever you decide to do, it's natural to be able to let your anger out. Not on other people, because that's always dangerous. You can hurt somebody, get yourself in trouble. Nobody wants to go to jail over hurting somebody or harming yourself. It's never any fun. Just know, again, that you're not alone. So many people in this world go through depression, and that is something that it's going to be around till the end of time. But know that all of that, fears, depression, anxiety, all of that comes from the devil. He wants you to be, and me, he wants us all to be just bound up at all times so that we can't be comfortable knowing that God's got us in the palm of his hand. So today, when you get to the point to where you're just overwhelmed, take a minute, breathe in, and breathe out real slow. And do that a couple of times, because it automatically kind of resets things in there to let you kind of come back down and think about what's going on. What caused you to get so angry? What caused you to think that you were worthless? Talk to somebody. If you want to talk to me, message me. We can chat. Whatever you need to do. I've been there, and I've listened to so many people. I've actually thought about doing counseling for a while as the counselor. And even counselors have counselors. You know, I mean, it's always nice to have someone to talk to, even if it's just, hey, Melissa, can I message you? Hey, could I call you? Hey, could I jump on your messenger and tell you how I feel? Yes. Yes, you can. And I'll listen, and I won't judge, just because we've all been there. Anyways, depression. It's from the horriblest person ever, the devil, Satan, Lucifer. Just know God's got you.